Hey guys, I just wanted to make this video to show one method for applying wraps to very curvy nails. I have very curvy nails and it's taken me a while to find an application method that works for me. There's been some learning curve for me in terms of how to apply wraps without getting puckering or or uh, creasing at my edges, and so I just wanted to make this video to help out. So I've already selected, I've sized some wraps to my nails. That's probably the most important step most important, but a really important step in terms of just making sure that you have the right size to start with. If your size is too big, you're going to go over onto your skin. That's not good. If you're too small, you're going to be frustrated trying to pull it to make it fit, and that's not going to work out either. So just make sure that you've got the size that best fits you, and then from there make sure that you have a tool of some kind to get it off the sheet. I have an orange wood stick here. Some people use tweezers. Whatever tool you've got, just make sure you've got something so that you don't get the oils from your skin onto the wrap itself. The oils will start to degrade the adhesive and cause it to not last as long on your nail. So I'm just going to pull this up using the orange wood stick, and once I do, I'm gonna turn on my mini heater here, okay? I really love the heater. In terms of tools, I think this is probably the most important thing you can have, because I really love having a constant source of heat. And now I'm not coordinated at all, y'all, so it might take me a few tries to get this on my nail evenly. And I'm just going to lay this like as lightly on as I can, because I'm going to need to check it a few times. Like I said, not coordinated. Oh, I may have actually nailed it the first try. Wow, that's like a miracle. So I like to just lay it on and then line it up for size just to check it so that I think it's on evenly. Alright, I think it is. What I do though, if it's not, is I just hit it with a little bit of heat to just make it a little more malleable on my nail, and then I just shift it around just slightly so that I can move it to one side, move it to another if I need to get a little more coverage from one side to the next. But generally I do get it even in the middle. It's just figuring out which side I messed up, you know. From here though, once I have it positioned where I want, I'm gonna stick it back in front of the heater. Again, this is why having that constant heat source is so important, because picking up a blow dryer and having to figure out that step, guys, not coordinated enough for that. And if you are, bless you. So I've heated it up, and I'm just going to run my finger along that midline of my nail. Now this ring finger is my most curvy nail. This is the nail that is my most problematic, and will give me just a heck of a time. So I'm doing a video on my problem child nail, as it were. And I'm just going to run my finger along the median of my nail, just to make sure I have a good solid seal here, so that I don't end up with pockets and adhesion problems and bubbles along that length of my nail. And then, like, you can already see, because it's so curvy, I've got like waviness along the outside edge there, because I'm applying a flat sheet to a curved surface, and it wants to stay flat, and it's like, what are you trying to do here? So it's already like not really loving this whole process. So this is where the heat comes in. You want to make this wrap nice and soft. So now I'm applying heat again to the outside edge of this wrap. So as I do this, I'm going to kind of just pull this outer edge, and as I do that, I'm also going to push down with this finger and seal this outside edge. So I don't know if you can see there, I have a perfect, I haven't even looked at it yet, but I already know. I do. I have a perfect seal with no gaps, no creases, no puckers. I'm just going to heat it again. And hi, Mr. Fox. There, I've got a nice smooth edge along, oh come on, will that focus? What you see there is the tip of my nail, and now I'm going to do the inside. Same thing. This is called the 1, 2, 3 method. 1, 2, 3 because the first step was this inside, step 2 was the outside, and step 3, I'll repeat it again because I just interfered. Step 3, I pull again, and I press to get all of this down evenly without any kind of creasing or buckling or anything. And now I'm going to take my cuticle stick and just really work that down. The magic recipe here is heat plus pressure. So you want to get pressure to bond and heat in there. Oh, it's going to be beautiful to soften that wrap, to make that flat surface of the wrap adhere to that curved surface of your nail, especially if they are super curvy like mine. So at this point, I'm just really just making sure that all of my edges are super bonded down to my nail. Now, before I started, I had prepped all of my nails. Cuticles were pushed back, and I had alcohol prepped them too, so everything was ready to go. I just reapplied the alcohol that was on my cotton ball to my nail again, just in case I had, I don't know, scratched or something or gotten oil on it. Just because I really like to make sure, I heated my nail and not the wrap, silly me. Just because I like to make sure that I'm starting with a good clean surface. This is going to be harder because this is my left hand, and take a non-coordinated person and make them do their left hand. Super fun! Oh yeah, that's not nearly as even. So, I'm going to just shimmy that. See what I did there? I just kind of lifted it ever so slightly. So the center stayed where it needed to be, and the tip just kind of moved. Alright, same thing. Hit it with the heat. Run a finger along the center to seal. This one is going to be faster. I promise it won't take as long. Okay? Do the side. Kind of pull, lift, and seal. I don't even have to even watch this process. I'm gonna just check out my work just to make sure that it's pretty intuitive. Like I can just know that's working. And side 3. Again, I've got that pressure, that tightness. That sounds uncomfortable, isn't it? Pressure, tightness. No, it's I'm just pulling all the excess from the wrap so it's taut. There's no gaping, there's no pocketing, there's no rippling. Everything is fine. And I keep going back to that heat, which is again why this constant heat source is so important. Really, I'm not a stickler for the right tools. I love having these tools, but I mean, I've used the backs of baby spoons for this. I mean, I've used whatever's handy in a pinch. Having a cuticle pusher, super helpful, but if you don't have a cuticle pusher, use what you've got. Use your fingertips. I mean, you just need heat and pressure. I've used space heaters, I've used hair dryers. These things are fine. But man, having the right stuff on hand really does make a difference. So, now that that's done, I'm just going to take my glass file and I'm going to file off this excess of this wrap. Now I waited until this is cool because, as we know, heat expands, and when things get cool, they contract again. So if I'd done this while it was still hot, it would have shrunk down my nail once it cooled off. And it might have shrunk down further down my nail than I wanted it to, leaving more of my nail edge exposed, and I might not have been happy with my results. So I waited, I did my other hand first, and then I came back to it. I'm using my glass nail file. I could have used this, it's a little faster, but I like using my glass because it leaves me with a perfect finish off the bat. I don't have to go back and smooth off my edges. They leaves me with a perfectly smooth edge. I can touch my baby's arm with it and it's just ready to walk out the door with. It also takes very little of my nail edge, and I like that. It's especially if you're trying to grow out your nails. It's nice to not have to worry that you're taking too much every time you update your wraps. There we go. Done. So that's the edge of my wrap. And that's my perfectly smooth nail edge. And there's my nail. All of my edges are smooth and perfect. There's no gaps or anything, or creases to be found on my very curvy nail. So, hope that helps, guys. Yeah, hit me up with any questions, and lots of luck. Jam on.